Needed.
No, sir.
Okay, then the next item is oral reports, public participation. If there's anyone who has any comments on any items not on the agenda, I have a card from Renea Wickman.
Good evening. I'm Renea Wickman, and I'm here because as a citizen of the Inland Empire, I do have some major concerns that must be addressed and acted upon. Funding in the proposed budget, including a 20% cut to school bus transportation. This means our children and grandchildren from age 5 and up are walking to and from school alone or are forced to ride public transportation because they live too far from school. Meanwhile, our current governor wants to allocate hundreds of millions of dollars to build a state-of-the-art prison to house only 768 death row inmates at San Quentin. Where is the humane leadership that should be spending hundreds of millions of dollars on our children? To have our children exposed and unprotected in favor of a prison compound is absolutely unforgivable. But where the outrage is truly magnified is the fact that there are reasonable and realistic solutions for our state budget crisis, but voters have to take a stand. California, the third largest producer of oil in the U.S., is the only state not charging fees to major oil companies for their extraction of our natural resources. The millions of dollars generated by an oil extraction fee would go far in helping our budget crisis, and surely those revenues could and would help our cities and our educational system. Most states require a simple majority for budget passage. California requires a 2/3 majority vote. This creates a yearly logjam and cripples the progress of our state every year. New leadership in the state capitol, bringing new jobs and good-paying traditional and green jobs to the district, increasing the share of state revenues to cities like Loma, a simple majority vote to pass our budget, and secure funding for schools and programs to protect our children are my priorities for Assembly District 63. Which includes the city of Loma Linda. I am running for assembly because family homes are being foreclosed, heads of households are losing their jobs, and now our children's lives are being put at risk because current leadership is busy working for big corporations and not working for us. Obviously, they could care less. For this district, we have a choice on November 2nd. Let us move forward together to facilitate business growth, protect all citizens, young and old, and make this 63rd Assembly District thrive. Thank you.
Thank you for that. Any comments or questions? Yeah,
Yes.
there's a question for you.
Come back up to the microphone, please. I appreciate that you came here to express your feelings and conclusions to some dilemmas. Could you distill for me what you're asking from this city council? Because this sounds like you were describing state dilemmas.
Well, actually, the state dilemma, it rolls down to the cities in each area. So the state budget absolutely affects all of our children as far as transportation is concerned, cutting back academic programs. It is my hope that we can work together eventually in making this better and putting forth a voice to say, we're not going to take you putting money into building a state-of-the-art prison for people who are on death row. Mm-hmm. Why are we spending hundreds of millions of dollars for a state-of-the-art prison? We need to be spending hundreds of millions of dollars on our children for the next generation that are going to run this city and the cities around.
And what can this city council do to support that initiative?
Support it. Just make your voices heard. And when it comes time for your voices to be heard and you're called upon, then you say something about it and vote.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, our scheduled item number 1, chairmanship of the Historical Commission, was unable to attend tonight, so I think we'll continue that to the next meeting. Is that the plan? Okay, very good. Then the next item is the consent calendar. Have we dealt with the conflict issues on this? Are there any? Okay. There's none on the demands register, okay. And then is there anyone who'd like to pull any consent calendar items, or would someone like to move the entire calendar?
I move it.
There's a motion.
I'll second it. I'll second it. The only question I would have for the public, what is the latest status on the quiet zone, since that's one of the items on our consent calendar?
Yes, sir. We finally completed our work, and now we have to notify the California Public Utility Commission and also the Union Pacific Railroad, the headquarters, which is in Nebraska, to come out and do a final inspection. After inspection completed, then we have to notify the UP again and give them 30 days review period. And then if approved, then they'll be quiet. They will no longer blow the whistle.
So have we notified those two agencies that our work is completed so they can come and inspect?
Yes, we scheduled the meeting with the PUC, California Public Utility Commission.
Okay, and do we have an idea as to when they're going to come and inspect?
Not yet.
Okay.
We just did the last work this morning.
So what's the latest overly optimistic guess on when
December.
we'll be quiet? December.
Yes.
Okay. So and it may be later than that. Okay, so there's a motion and a second on the consent calendar. Is there any other discussion? Okay, is there any opposition? Hearing none, it is approved. We have reports of councilmen.
I'd just like to remind everyone about the community parade and fair coming up this weekend. And I'm sure most of us will be there, and we'd like to invite the community to come out and participate. And again, that's put on by our local chamber.
And part of this celebration will be celebrating our 40th anniversary of the city. So come out and have fun. Go ahead.
Quick comment. I appreciated the comments from our speaker earlier. There may be differences of opinion on some of the issues, but I do think it's great to see candidates that affect this community be willing to address it, and would love to see other elected officials for everything from city council, which there are none in this election, to school board district candidates come address us, and please avail yourself of this opportunity. It's a great opportunity to speak to our citizens.
Okay, are there any reports of officers? Okay, hearing none, then the city council is adjourned.
We'll call to order the RDA. The record is clear that everyone's present. We already dispensed with the closed session announcement. Are there any items to be added or deleted?
No, sir.
Does anybody public will want to talk about any item that's not on the agenda? The public hearing is now closed. There are no items on the RDA agenda, so the RDA is adjourned until our next scheduled meeting on October the 26th.
And our apologies to the press for not giving you any juicy tidbits, but maybe next time.
Come to the fair. You can report on that.